What's up, y'all? What's good? Hello, 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 everybody. All right, we're gonna start. Well, I guess we already started. All right, we're live. I'll start getting into the charts and everything here in a little bit. I'll give it a couple minutes. Let the people flood in. Excuse me. Corey, what's good, bro? How are you, Corey? Miguel, ¿qué tal? Yo, are you in Cali right now? Where are you? Did you flee to Mexico? You good, brother? But you're out there a little bit further, so you're probably fine, right? Zoe, what's happening, man? Pierre, how are you? Jose, Carlos, what's all right? Cool, cool. Yeah. So as people, connect and everything like that, we'll go ahead and we'll start breaking down a couple things. There's definitely some key ideas that I want to go over with you guys. We got a little bit of everything per usual. You guys know I'm not really too strict with what assets I look at or anything like that. But yeah, today's gonna be pretty much a free flow session. We can kind of go into whatever. So if you guys have any questions about anything, charts, psychology, process, whatever you guys have on your mind, share it. Let me know. Want to give you guys some value, whichever way I can. It's a fresh new year, so new trading year is always exciting for me right now. I think it's a record month for me so far. So, January, I love January. Not just because it's my birth month, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a lot of momentum. Starts things off really well. So, what's up, Juan Carlos? Bazooka guy. Do you actually own a bazooka? Because I guess it's spelled bazooka. I don't know if that means something else. When's my birthday? It's on the 23rd. 23rd. Park City, what's up? How's it going, Seth? How's the ski season coming along, man? Like, I see that Bitcoin sell. To me, ETH is slower to get its way up. What do you think about waiting for ETH? Yeah, we'll do a little bit. We'll do a bit of crypto. I think we have a lot to go over regarding crypto. Today was interesting. I woke up and I started to look at the markets, and of course, as I went to Bitcoin, and I'm like, oh, we're under 90K right now. Okay, this is either gonna be very good or very shit, And I had a feeling this was gonna end up creating a reaccumulation setup, and now it is very much looking like that's the case. So we'll dive into Bitcoin and everything else that comes along with Bitcoin as well. But there was tons of liquidations. I think the website's called coinglass.com, but yeah, a lot of liquidations and everything like that. We'll go over it. I'm pretty sure I can see how much here soon. But I think it was like 700, did you see? Like 750 million were liquidated this morning? Something like that. 23rd is when my baby is due. No way. If your baby is due on the 23rd. Come on, bro. Come on. You already know. It's destiny, bro. Legend. Is it a boy or a girl? Middle name. I'll take a middle name. Come on. Ski season's good. Need you out here. Yeah, I haven't been out in a minute. I'll hit you up. Shoot me a message. I'd love to go skiing in Utah. For sure, that'd be sick. It's a boy. I'm just saying, bro. Mikes tend to be pretty legendary. Historically, it's a good name. And legally, my name is Mike. So, that's all I gotta say. Alright. So, alright, cool. Let's see how much Lonzo loves me. But alright, guys. So, anyways, as we can see here, let me go see liquidations. I wanted to show you guys how wild it was this morning, because there was quite a bit of money that got obliterated from the market. So the last hour, we'll go over the last 24. I think this is going to be liquidation heat map. That's not too bad. That's actually really not bad at all. And just a couple, let's see, 375 and change. I mean, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. And you guys can imagine, as you've seen so much support build out here, with Bitcoin around 92, 91.5. So once we got this massive candle that slipped under 90K, you know there was tons of liquidations there with Bitcoin, ETH, etc. So definitely a lot. And I don't remember if I talked about it before, but honestly, this was becoming, I wouldn't say a concern, but we were definitely in between a lot of, like, I was in a point of uncertainty in the market, which is fine, because I kind of wanted to know, like, what is the next step here? Because we were ranging so much. And I mean, if you look at this and you guys understand, if you understand Wyckoff, the way this was playing out, I mean, this looked like this is going to be distribution. We had the huge pump up into that 108 on the 17th of December. The market immediately turned back around. Now, we didn't get lower lows, but we kept building up equal lows and more retail buyers. So anyone buying around 92, 92.5 was just, was seeing thousands of pips. The market was rebounding really well. And then once we got this move like a week ago, because we pumped up and dropped so fast, this is a little bit of a concern on whether we're going to reject this zone around 100K and above and then drop again. But what gives me a bit more of a bullish incentive is the fact that these are equal highs. So it didn't kind of sweep and make an imbalance and then drop. It made equal highs. So I do think we're going to get back above here. And the fact that on the daily today, we saw price sweep, tons of retail money got cleared out. You guys saw just on Bitcoin alone, 164 million was liquidated, and 58 of it was on the short sellers, and then 106 million was for buyers. So on both ends. And it kind of makes sense. Like, we saw when the market tanked here. So let's get down a little bit to the smaller time frame. When we saw the market work its way lower, right here, when we saw it dip down, ma'am, can you keep it down over here? Where we're hosting something. Maya is like super hungry, so she's just getting into whatever right now. She got a whole she got a head in like a bag of snacks or something. Dog snacks, of course. Also, guys, this will be the last time I'm doing a session where I'm at. Moving tomorrow. I'm super hyped. You guys are gonna get some bad, like, the videos. I'm gonna be, all right, that's it. You're good, homie. Take it somewhere else, dog. Hey, Nance, can you come get Maya? All right. She's very food driven. So just so you guys can kind of get a good, like, visualization of the markets as well, and just so you kind of see when we talk about liquidity, like, this is it. Like, this is actual liquidation. So when you see the market drop like this today, this was in between London and New York session. When we see that happen right around that 8 a.m., so right before New York Open, we see this drop pretty aggressively. This push down was what led to 106 million in liquidation. Let me go ahead and close this out. So you can literally see it right there. and this is over the last 24 hours. And then for longs, for shorts also got liquidated as well. And I think that's the case here. So for example, when the market broke below, most people see the break below this support. And so a lot of traders, they see the market, crack under here. They see it break below that 91 level, and they see it come back. So here's where you start to get those break and retest sellers. So a lot of money comes in for sells, and especially as you see the market do this, for example. So we had one of these where the market pumped up to 93, started to lose momentum, back over here. So this introduced a lot of sellers throughout the day. And then as New York session was coming to an end, all of a sudden, boom, the market just rallies and it's kept going up. So this is what's liquidated actually quite a bit of sellers. So you can kind of see it literally here if you're looking at this movement. Now what's interesting is we actually had a lot more money lost today on Ethereum, which is this is not usually the case. And that just goes to show that there was just a lot more movement, a lot more volatility with ETH. So let's dive into that. And again, guys, if you guys are trading only currencies or indices, the concepts we go over here on, with the crypto, it's the same thing. These are the same principles applied. So it's pretty sweet. And as you guys can see, ETH really tanked. Like, really tanked. And I mean, I'm not surprised. We had a lot of liquidity here. You guys, you should have been ready. You've seen this. There was equal lows here. So the market worked its way back to 2,900 or so. And we saw this play out of where, guys? Where we had levels. Here's the last points of supply before. So are you shocked at all that we get some key reversals in this area? We've seen a lot of examples of reversals exactly right here. So this should by no means be something that you should be surprised about. It held up very well. If we really zoom in, you guys are going to notice a tiny candle. And you're going to be like, dude, the market is, what a trip it is. So check this out. Right over here, right over here, you have quite a bit of consolidation. So the market liquidates, plays off of these previous levels, up it goes again. So now we're seeing a pretty good reversal with ETH as well. And yeah, I'm moving to downtown Chicago. We'll be what's the exact neighborhood, Actually, y'all don't even know that. I don't need y'all to show it up to my front door. But yeah, we'll be there. Yeah, it's a nice view. So anyways, here ETH has been going up, just not at the same pace as Bitcoin. So it's kind of been a slower move. And Corey brought up something here in the chat. He said ETH is moving a bit slower on the way to the up. So here you guys can see like ETH moved really nicely before all of this came crashing down. You had quite a bit of resistance, liquidity. You have quite the move to the upside. So a lot of money is pumped into the market intentionally. I want to try something. Y'all can let me know if you like this or not. I'm always experimenting here. But instead of having the whole thing blue, how do we feel about just a red outline for the sell zone? I feel like it looks kind of nice. It's like less obnoxious. Are you still looking at UJ sells? I'll take a look at that for sure. I got you. So yeah, I mean, ETH here, we see a nice sweep of the highs, and then you see everything drop. So as you can see, ETH is taking its time to work its way higher. And if we compare this to Bitcoin, which I'll split screen this for you guys. Take a look at BTC. And you guys can see here, so ETH, if you look at how ETH has worked its way back up, it's been slow and steady. So right now ETH is between that 50% and 618 pullback. And obviously, Bitcoin's been way more aggressive to the upside. Gotta say, I appreciate those of you that are active in the chat. It makes this feel way more just normal. I'm not just talking to myself. Yeah. Okay, guys, go ahead, share this. Share this with your squad. Share this with your people. So you can see Bitcoin's already pulled back 886. Literally just got to the zone where I would have normally sold. But considering the fact that Ethereum has a lot more, it can still go up. I don't know if this high is really going to hold up for Bitcoin. Plus, and this is the very important thing, it looks to me like we have equal highs anyways. Like it's pretty close. So I'm okay with not selling and just kind of waiting to see if we clear these levels. So I would rather wait and see. Maybe Bitcoin goes up a little bit more up to here, and then that allows Ethereum to get to this zone. So do you use totals as well before placing a trade? Yeah. So you can definitely check out totals to make it very clear. I think it gives you a lot of perspective because you know then just the overall, what is the market looking like. So for those of you that are newer to crypto or looking through crypto and everything, you can just look at the market caps. Market cap is like basically, it's not exactly how much money is in the markets, but it's what the supply that's available. I'll just show you guys. This way I'm not, you'll understand it better if I literally show it to you. So if you look at this, like for example, market cap with Bitcoin is 1.8 trillion. Something light, no big deal, right? And so you have the circulating supply, right? That times basically the price is what gives us our market cap. So we can go from here, and you can see market cap is just about to get there. So total is everything, right? The whole thing, all cryptocurrency market caps collectively. Then you look at something like, and then you guys can kind of look at other market caps. So whether it's, okay, well, how about everything but except minus Ethereum? Well, what about everything, all the cryptos minus ETH and Bitcoin? And then you can even see, what about just everything outside the top 10, which is the others chart. So this shows you like everything outside of the top 10. We're seeing the markets also, it's recovering, right? The whole thing is recovering, but just not as aggressively as Bitcoin is. So looking at, and this is why I think it's good to just compare and have awareness of, just what the markets look like. Because when we look at Bitcoin, here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already working its way all the way up. It's flying, right? Super aggressive. And right now, the alts are going up, but just not as aggressive. So I think I would want to wait. And not that I think I know. Like I'm gonna wait, and I'd rather look for sells on altcoins if you're trading with margin specifically, or like perpetuals, futures, whatever. I would be looking for sells once the market hits this zone. So once we're around here, then I think we're in business. And we're not too far. This could happen definitely within the next hour or two, a couple hours. So have that set in stone. Is it like an index, like how we use DXY or similar? Yeah, you can look at it like that. It's totally like that. It's like an index, but for different packages. So like the total market cap is like an index for everything, just everything, and then it's just added up together. So you have the whole market cap. The difference with indexes is, for example, like the DXY is not evenly distributed. So let's see, DXY, what is DXY made of? So the DXY, like 56% of the DXY is just whatever Euro USD is. So for example, here, so would you still take ETH or not anymore? I think there's going to be I think there might be a different one. ETH might work out, so I'll have to just double check. But here we go. So this is just one source. I think these numbers are slightly different depending on what your source is, but this is basically right. So 57.5% of the DXY, the US dollar index, is based off of how euro moves. Almost 14% is off the yen, 12 is off the pound, 9 is off Canadian dollar. Always been interesting that the Swedish krona is like 4%, which no one like really trades that, but whatever. And then the Swiss franc. So anyways, they're just weighted differently. Whereas the total market cap or others or total two, it's just added up. So yeah, indexes are definitely different. For example, just so you guys can see, right, how is S&P 500 calculated? And what you guys will notice is that different indexes like the US 30 or NASDAQ or S&P, they're going to be weighted differently. So for example, S&P is by adding up the market caps of each of its 500 component companies. So they added them all up and then they divide each company's market cap by the total. So it's just distributed. All right. So S&P, that's how S&P's looks. It's just all added up and then divided. But if you look at, for example, like US 30, it's different, right? US 30 is calculated by adding up the stock prices of all 30 companies in the index and then dividing that by this Dow divisor, which is adjusted for corporate actions like stock splits and dividends. So it's like weighted by the price. It's not weighted by market cap and it's adjusted. So like, for example, if, let's see, what's a big one? Like Tesla is a lot. Nvidia, right? So actually, I don't remember if Nvidia is in US 30. I can show you guys what that looks like real quick. I think I built a watch list with all of these 30 companies a long time ago. So this might not even be that accurate. But like, okay, so like you have Goldman Sachs, $562. You had United Health Group, $541. So some of these have a different weight to US 30. And you know, I'm just giving you guys examples of how these things work. Do you really need to know this? I mean, yes and no. It just depends on what you're looking to do here. But I want to see if there's any more hands-on. That's fine. I think we can move on from this anyways. That's just kind of nerding out on the science behind, or the mathematics behind how some of these things work. So that's why I think like S&P is used, I think it's a more accurate representation for like what the stock market really looks like, because it's based off of the market cap. So it's based off of really how much money there really is there. So, but yeah, that's to answer your question, Taishan. Taishan. This is Tay, right? It's like Tay? Like the homie Tay? I hear from Illinois. What does supply mean in terms of understanding market cap? So it's like circulating supply. So for example, Bitcoin has 19 million. Imagine only 19,000 Bitcoin. Oh my God, the price of this would be, if there were only 19,000 Bitcoin or like 21,000 Bitcoin, the price of one Bitcoin right now would be like almost 10 million. Crazy, right? So yeah, anyways, based off the blockchain here, right now there's 19,809,512 tokens in circulation of the 21 million. Now, out of those 19,800,000 whatever, a decent amount of those are just like lost, gone. So I'm wondering what that number really looks like. I'd have to look it up, but cool. So yeah, it's just a token. So like every crypto has a different amount of tokens that they've decided are around. One of the reasons, funny enough, one of the reasons why a lot of meme coins are actually like well done is because of the tokenomics. A lot of meme coins now launch in a totally like non-manipulated way, where like the entire supply is launched. It's a free supply, like it's just distributed fairly. That's actually one of the reasons why. Um, Whereas for some of them, like ETH, for example, Ethereum for a long time didn't like it just didn't have a cap. It's infinite, right? That was not good, but they became deflationary. So basically, without getting into all of the mumbo jumbo, they've set it up so like the supply of Ethereum is actually going down now over time, based on whatever mechanisms they have in place. So which is pretty cool, you know. But this is also some of the things that kind of shift things. And this is, I want to show you guys something. So, for example, a lot of people don't know this. XRP. XRP here, the circulating supply is, so 57, let's say 57 and a half, what is this, billion tokens. 57.5 billion are out, but the supply is almost 100 billion. So that means that there's more that are coming out over time. So that actually changes price. So for example, and a lot of people messed up with their exits with XRP because of this sole reason. So if you're in crypto, I want you guys to not just pay attention to price. I want you guys to really pay attention to market cap. Because in 2018, like literally 7 years ago here, wow, 7 years ago, that's crazy. XRP hit $3.40. Awesome. Now, recently, right, XRP went and smacked about almost like 270 something, right? So it didn't break all-time highs. Everyone wanted XRP to break all-time highs. A lot of people that I know were like, yeah, I'm gonna take profit once we get to all-time highs again. Awesome. It didn't. Everyone's sad. Why didn't it do it? But remember, XRP is still releasing tokens all the time. So if there's more tokens available, that's gonna mess with the price. Because how is price created? Do you know why people say market cap doesn't matter with XRP? I don't. Honestly, I don't know. But I feel like that makes no sense why they would say that. Because the market cap hit all-time highs. So price didn't hit all-time highs. Market cap hit all-time highs. Now, I don't investigate and research XRP. This is not where I put my time. But I had this conversation with people that were in XRP that asked me about it. And I said, look, I would not take profit based off of price, because yesterday's price, 7 years ago, those prices were based off of a different amount of supply. So yes, it hit $3.40, but there was just way less tokens in circulation. Now there's more tokens in circulation. So the market cap is higher, and that's why we saw that dip down. So it did hit all-time highs in market cap, which market cap, again, here being current price times the circulating supply. So there's more supply times the price takes it to that level. So anyways, that's how we have it all set in stone. So market cap made an all-time highs, and I look at that more often. Same thing with Sol, and this is why it's a good example. So this just should help you guys when you're taking and you want to look to, if you have, for example, tokens that are releasing, or if you have cryptos that are releasing more tokens just as time goes on, then you want to pay attention to market cap. So like Solana was another one. Sol, everyone was hyping Sol hit all-time highs a couple months ago, but in reality, this was a lot more interesting than you actually realize. So we saw the huge pump November 6, 2021. Sol hit like $259. Awesome. Then in March of 2024, we see Sol get to like 196, something like that, right? So it like pumps in March of 2024. and then it just drops dramatically. But here's the difference. Price didn't make all-time highs, but market cap did. So market cap went and made all-time highs, and then we reaccumulated, and then the market has continued to move its way up. So by the time Sol actually hit all-time highs again, by the time it went and did that, the market cap was actually quite a bit bigger, like almost double, because there were just more tokens being distributed. So in reality, there was, since there's more and more tokens that get bought up, that there was like, if imagine the tokens would have been the same, it would be a different price. So anyways, that's something you guys can think about when you're looking at charts and crypto and all that good stuff. But to continue on here, yeah, I like sells on crypto soon, but long term, I obviously I'm gonna look to swing this. Now you guys asked me if I like Ethereum sells. I think ETH sells are gonna work out. You could look at Sol too, like Sol if you guys are looking to sell. Sol and ETH look pretty similar. So you can kind of, I would say whenever you're looking to trade altcoins, just look at kind of the biggest cryptos or whatever I guess you have available to you, and see what those look like, what those charts look like, and then go from there. Like I wouldn't sell BNB, it's already way up here. I think it could break above that, so I wouldn't really go for that. If we're looking at XRP USD, XRP is already trading way up here as well, so it's actually responded really well. So yeah, ETH and Sol look pretty solid. But big picture, and then let me go back to one chart here. Yeah, my bad. I totally forgot to let you guys know I was even going to do a session today. But now you know. You're here, right? You're here. So here's what I have. So if you guys have, and drop a crypto in the chat if you're actively investing and building your portfolios, and then drop a 1 in the chat if you are not, like if you're like, I'm not really in there yet like that. And that's fine as well. Crypto, Chronos, crypto, cool. All right, so a lot of you. What's up, Evan? All right, so here's my take. I think we are setting up for a continuation now. With the way that we had price action play out today, I feel good about the market now moving forward. I'll feel great if we get this, if we can actually trade above, if we can hold above 96K and like really build out some demand over here, like truly trade at these prices. It can go higher, but like minimum like this, then I think we could see another, maybe we work our way back down to like 90,500. That's a possibility. This is still possible. Knowing the way that the roller coaster ride that crypto likes to take us in, I could see us, continuing, working our way up. Maybe we even go up to here and then get another dramatic drop before we get our continuation. This is definitely a possibility. But I do like, now this could drop earlier. If it did, that's fine too. But I do want us to see some demand above these highs. So at above 96K, that's what I want. So I'll put a note here. If BTC creates demand above 96K, then I believe we are bullish and will hold these levels and send to ATH eventually. Keynote. So, this could be gearing up for, again, guys, we're a week away from Inauguration Day. There's so much speculation about about Trump going into office, crypto just going crazy, and I think today was kind of that first phase of creating a bit more panic. I know that definitely took a lot of people out of the game. So I feel like we got one more in us, maybe midweek. Maybe we pump up until like Wednesday, and then Wednesday we see that dramatic CPI. Maybe we tank and we get the last entry before this thing just starts to run again. So yeah, having you like structure, how you define structure to me has been absolutely like it's enhanced my effectiveness so much and my precision so much. I know a lot of you that have learned that with me have done the same thing. XRP to 10K. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like in like how long? What's your timeline with that? XRP to 10K is a crazy number. I think we would have to have. What would that have to do? 10, 100, 1,000. It would have to do like a 3,000x. That would put the market cap where? That put the market cap at like I don't even know, dude. Like 100 trillion or something. Yo, that's crazy. Trump's third year. Daniel, you're wildin'. What's your target for ICP? XRP at 10K. You won't see anybody ever again. Are you kidding me? XRP 10K. That's wild. So, hey, good work. Shout out to y'all that are making some good trades today. I see USD CAD's hitting. ICP, sure. I got you. So we could see something like this. This is a scenario. It might drop before that as well. So we might get either this as an option, or we might just come first and then make the move. We'll see. So let's see. But before I go into ICP, I do want you guys to be aware about what we have this week, because we do have some pretty key news events this week. And just so you guys are ready, like you might have to wake up a little earlier than usual, but most of the dollar news events this week is going to be pre-New York Open, an hour before New York Open. So tomorrow we have PPI. That could have a lot of volatility, so I would definitely be ready for that. You have Wednesday, that's CPI, a lot of volatility. You want to be ready for that. You have, and then for those of you that, like, let's say this right now is kind of the best time for you to be in the markets, then definitely don't miss out on Australian dollar news. I would be preparing for that Wednesday, maybe even tomorrow. Start looking at some Australian pairs, see if there's any setups that you like, but you're going to get some volatility there with AUD. Employment change and unemployment rate. It's going to be a good news. It's not going to be like CPI, but you'll get something pretty solid there. So yeah, take a look at that. Also, when you have Australian news events like that, sometimes you can see metals move as well. So you might be seeing some Asian session volatility with metals tomorrow. It's always a possibility. Can we check out Dogecoin and tell me your opinion about the Department of Government Efficiency Doge with Elon Musk and Vice President Robert F. Kennedy? Robert F. Kennedy is not the vice president. So just wanted to make sure we're aware of that. He's not the vice president of the United States of America. Or are you saying that he's the VP of Doge? Which I also don't think is true. I think he's more on the health side of stuff. So definitely make sure that you just know kind of how that's all structured. But so yeah, I mean, my takes on Doge. I'm not an investor in Doge, but I can go through it. First, I'm going to take a look at ICP since you guys have asked. So yeah, let's take a look at ICP. ICP, I know I have a lot of friends that are super bullish on this. A lot of the community is definitely highly invested in this. So I'll give you ICP from a couple different perspectives. So ICP is right now in a couple different key categories. So sitting at 4.7 billion, 4.75 billion market cap, definitely a bigger coin, top 35 coin. I got to see this launch like live. It was insane, one of the craziest things I've seen. And so from there, can you break down your red lines? My red lines. Yeah, everyone in Power, yeah, all of Powerhouse has ICP. Y'all are just have been ICP pilled. So, anyways, this is under now AI infrastructure, etc. I'm not gonna go into the why behind the world computer blockchain ICP. It's backed by like the biggest people. So can it go really well? Yeah, probably. And this is another one of the examples of price and market cap. So market cap right now being at 5 billion, this puts us back at market cap around April, December of 2021. If you look at price at those times, April and December of 2021, price is sitting at around like 30. So that's very different to today, right? So that's why price and market cap are really different. So right now, if we're looking at market cap, if this would have been 2022 with the same market cap, then this would be priced at $30. So price is a little bit different. I think that you can see this go to probably target, let's say, 10 million market cap, which would put this at least doubling. I think doubling is a very like easy play. ICP, I think price really got affected because it kind of launched towards that back end of the bull run, so price definitely suffered. So I wouldn't be shocked if this has a pretty good run. So my target for ICP, I think you can get 50. Yeah, I think you can get 50 on this. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all. That would be conservative target. I would be going for like 30. 30, I'd probably take some, and then yeah, getting back over to 50 would be pretty solid. Again, if I'm looking at this, I would be focused a bit more on, I wish I could have candlesticks on this, but I would be looking at market pumping. We already got a basically reversal off of this. So I think we can get back to that September 2021 and play out of this. That puts you at like 11 billion or so market cap, which would put this over $20. But yeah, I'd say 20, 30. You're looking pretty, just conservatively. I think you can get there. This is a bigger token, so obviously it takes a bit more to move. But I mean, and that's me being extremely conservative. Being extremely conservative. The tricky part about ICP is that price is not the same as the past. Like the price definitely gets influenced a lot more aggressively because of what we've seen, because of the tokenomics. So like the circulating supply. I don't know enough about ICP to give you like super, like I would not say I'm the most what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't invested enough time to really give you like my like full take on where this can go. AI in general, that's the big thing that it does have, though. It does have that support of just the AI narrative. But I don't really see it getting too much of that AI narrative boost like other things are. So yeah, so anyways, for me, I have zero ICP. No, that's a lie. I have ICP, but from like 2021. And I locked that away for like, I don't know. I put it somewhere. But yeah, but I bought ICP when I thought I was getting good entries, and I got ICP like over here somewhere. Where was I? There I got ICP at like at 100 or something. Yeah. So, and then we did all of this. But again, this is a very different, because this had a lot of different things happen to it that affected price in general. So, but based on what we're at now, I think the entire altcoin market can basically at least 5x from where we're at. So I don't see why ICP wouldn't, based on where we're at now. That's my take on I would probably take some money off the table at like 30, and then from there, maybe like take initial at 30 or so. From there, see where that takes you. But cool. Someone asked for Doge, right? Any other requests? I guess this is what we're doing. We're just gonna be doing some crypto requests. So elections definitely was such a massive rally for Doge because of one the the fact that we have a Department of Government agency efficiency that is just insane. That's real is just mind blowing. But you guys can see we got back into this imbalance from this is after I think Elon was like on Saturday Night Live and he like mentioned Doge or something, and then it pumped up to there. I need to get another feed that has more history. Yeah, here we go. So played off of these areas. The market definitely had. You can go away, please. And then yeah, so right now, let me go into like a 3-day. I want you guys to get a little bit more detail on the chart. So we got right under 50 cents. Here's something that I always do, guys. I do not exit the market at whole numbers. I exit usually a little bit short of that. A lot of people wanted 50 cents to exit. They didn't get it. They got stuck with it. So in my experience, take your money a little bit short of where a whole number is. So yeah, we got over here. We played out of this zone right over here. Next target, I think you're going to get closer to the all-time highs on Doge, like into that 60 cents, 65 cents level. The meme coin space is bigger than ever. So this is the grandfather of meme coins. So can we break all-time highs again? I think so. Yeah. And where we can go from here, I think this can hit like probably like $1.50. Being real. I'm not in this, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. $1 I think is a very easy target on this. So there's a shout out. What are your top altcoins you're invested into or not, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, so for me, my biggest holdings, can I share this? Am I gonna get flagged for this? I don't know. Exactly. So let me phrase this in a way where like I won't get into anything here. Okay. So I see some definitely some massive gaps, and I see a lot of under attention in certain things. So if, some of you guys know, if you guys have been kind of watching me for the last couple months, dog. So that's Bitcoin's meme coin. This one to me, I just feel like it's so hilariously undervalued, and it's so funny. Anyways, yeah, so here I think dog has a chance of going absolutely berserk, like 20x in my opinion. So there's one. Now if you're not into meme coins, which I understand that, I do think that AI is no longer a space where it's just like speculation and some buzzword. I do think there is quite a bit going on here. And if I were you guys and you want to build a portfolio based on categories, I would want to have at least one smart contract platform in here. So like Chainlink is a quality, like Chainlink is everywhere now. It's literally linked to everything. It's going crazy. A layer one, so like you kind of have to, so here's what I would say. When you're building your portfolio out, I have kind of two options. Either you build it based off of risk, or you can get it on your phone or your desktop. Xverse, yeah, you can do that on either or. But you can do, so if you're, for example, I have a portfolio that's risk based. So I have it split between high risk, medium risk, low risk coins, in my opinion. And that's based off of current market cap. So that's how I looked at it. So for example, anything that's like 2.5 billion or more, to me, it's market cap. That's a low risk investment. It's already basically has social proof and proof of concept, so it's gonna be okay. Anywhere from like 500 to like 2.5 billion, that to me is like a medium risk coin. Probably not gonna disappear. Should be okay. And then anything under 500 million, a little bit higher risk. You know, especially if it's under 100 million, under 50 million, like you're in more of the degen territory. Once you're under 10 million, under 1 million, then you're just like praying, right? Or you have certain information, context, intel. And again, you can find some bangers, but just know how much capital you're working with, depending on how much market cap it has. So definitely be intentional with that. But also, that's one way. Or you can kind of build your portfolio based off of the different sectors in the market. So for example, if you're looking at, okay, do I want to have, so for me, the biggest like sectors that I'm focused on, excuse me, is meme coins. And then within the meme coins, I have my own meme coin portfolio. And then AI, and then DeFi. Those are like my big ones. So that's how I've distributed. If you want to go into rabbit holes, the AI space, especially the AI agents, that's the craziest thing. Like I need to do a video on this or something, but other people can definitely explain it better than I can. And so I would definitely look into this whole world. Virtuals protocol is insane. What they're basically like a marketplace for AI agents. I'll walk you guys through this so you guys can kind of get a good look at this. But like, basically, these agents they have their own purpose on what they're meant to do and like what their purpose is. Like Luna, I think Luna is like, the role for Luna is, I think, to, what is it? It has a specific like mission that it's going to do. And then you can invest into it so it goes and accomplishes it. I think, and like, so some of these just have specific things that they're meant to do, specific roles, like this guy, AI XBT, this manages its own Twitter profile. This created its own, did it create its own token? I'm pretty sure it created its own token. And then it has tons of influence. Like this thing is running on its own, operating on its own, responding to, it's just its own thing. And so it's like, okay, well, how well do you think this AI agent can do? Are other people going to see belief backing this as well? So I would just go into this. I can do a whole video on just this stuff, but here it is, biography. AI XBT tracks CT crypto Twitter discussions and leverages its proprietary engine to identify high momentum plays. So it invests, it trades. And then AI XBT token holders gain access to its analytic platform. So you get to see like how it perceives markets, movements, everything in general. And so this is nuts. This is like, if you go into this rabbit hole, it can get pretty wild. It's deep. It's a deep rabbit hole. There is actually there's a video that I watched that like really kind of opened my mind and got me really like going into it. Now the thing is, Virtual is built on base chain. So one of the things that you can also do if you're looking at your portfolio is, okay, how much exposure do you have to different chains? So for me, for example, like I have a meme coin, at least one, sometimes two, per like major chain. So like base chain, I have a couple, Sol, I have a couple, from there, like Bitcoin, stuff like that. So that way, you're kind of like picking up money from people who, because like people usually have a preference, like, oh, I'm on Solana, or I'm on ETH, or that's usually most people, or I'm on Base. Right now I'm seeing a lot of attention is going to Base because Coinbase basically has a whole system in place to help launch AI agents, infrastructure, the whole like Coinbase, the whole Base chain ecosystem is pretty early. Like they're still building, but they're very well connected, so they all work together. So everyone, like the people that run Coinbase, are like really in the field, in the trenches, with the CEOs, with the teams that are building their projects on Base, including virtuals. And virtuals again here is like a marketplace for AI agents. So yeah, there's some just trippy stuff that's going on over here. I think I want to build out a video so I can do for you guys, because I would say that I still have so much more to learn in this space, especially in the AI side, and not just like ChatGPT, but like beyond that. These things are truly doing so much. And if you're under the belief that AI has the capacity to do more than a human being, kind of makes sense to put your money to back it up, right? So at the end of the day, we want to leverage these things. So, what is this? And also, there's a place for you to build your own and go into this whole new world. So you can create yours, and that's a whole other rabbit hole. But yeah, dive into this. But yeah, if you want to build out like your portfolio, for me, virtuals is definitely a good one. And then there's some major exchanges that are just doing really cool stuff, like Jupiter. Jupiter's doing insane stuff. Hyperliquid's going crazy. But for my own personal, that's kind of how I've distributed my portfolio. So if I had it, just like the best thing you can do for your portfolio is understand your risk tolerance, and then how much conviction do you have behind it. Because a lot of times, like what people want to do is they want to throw money at smaller coins so that they can have more upside, but then you're more worried all the time, or you're just not sure, you're uncertain. So it's going to mess with your peace of mind, and it'll probably mess with what your exits look like. So for example, let's say you knew nothing about this coin and you just saw, wait a minute, this thing just dumped 40% in like a week. What the I'm out of this thing, like what? Like, is this even, like, what is this? Meanwhile, for me, I'm like, yes, like, let's go. Like, let me get some more, because this is just hilariously underpriced. Like, for me, I'm going to be getting more probably until this is 2 cents, 3 cents. But that's just how I see it. Same thing with like Jupiter. Like, you look at JUP, and if you don't understand, okay, what's this exchange, or what's the point of this? Why would I get this? Someone said something, fine, you know what, I'll buy it. And then, but if you don't understand if there's going to be attention here, if there's going to be, let's say, if you believe like you're ahead of where attention and money is going to flow, then yeah. So right now, Jupiter at 77 cents. Are you kidding me? If I had no exposure, awesome. I'd be dialing in, getting more and more. Yeah, you can trade perpetuals on this. You can leverage trade on that as well. And then same thing, like, so that's what I would say. Yeah, based on just like how much I can say right now, due to me educating on a private platform that also has network marketing to it, I can't really like give too much of what I'm doing, because I don't want to incentivize you guys to do something just because I'm doing something. I want you guys to do your own research. I want you guys to have your own conviction and thoughts behind it. But I do think the AI agents rabbit hole right now is long-term well worth it, not even just for cryptos. Just in general, to maybe build something for yourself that helps you in your life right now. It helps you in your business. So yeah, I would say that's probably one of the most, if you're in the crypto Twitter space, like there's a lot of buzz around it right now, but I think it's just understanding how much is going on there. It's going to be absolutely epic, and I would dive into that. So same thing, I think base chain is going to get a lot of attention. and things are going to be built around that. I would not bet against Coinbase. It just doesn't make sense to me. They're an absolute behemoth. So yeah, getting in there makes sense. I have zero gaming at the moment. I think I'm gonna pick up some IMX a little bit, but that's it. For the ISO 20022, like for all those coins, like the XRP, XLM, Algo, HBAR, all of those, again, I pick up a couple, a little bit, but it's just up to you. And here's historically how things have gone for me. Historically, there's like one or two coins that end up making like the grand majority of my portfolio like at the end of it. So like you can go, but last time I put a lot into one coin that I just was like, this is hilariously undervalued, and it worked out, and it was great. So I feel like, yes, you can put your money in different places, but I would also use like how much based on not even how early, but like, do you think that there's like, you're just so much ahead of attention, and not even on time, you're just like, why? Like if you kind of see a gap between attention and money and from the masses, then that's worth it to me, executing on. And even now, like guys, if we look at, for example, I'm on Brave browser, so I don't even know if it's going to pull up Google Trends. Brave browser tends to just not like Google. So I guess it did right now. So if we look up, for example, like, I don't know, let's look up crypto, and we can see the history on how this is trending. So let's look at the over the last 5 years. Something went wrong. Aren't you supposed to work? Nance and I were just talking about this, how like some of our biggest pet peeve is technology not technology. So silly. So all right, we had peak interest in, what was this, April, May, late April, early May of 2021. That was like that pump to like 64K, and then attention dipped. This was a good sign, honestly. Retail was getting out, but we saw all-time highs again. Like retail attention was dipping down, but all-time highs were made. So that was like that last push, and then it dipped. So right now we saw when December, what was this, 1st to 7th, when price went and hit 108, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 55% of the attention we saw back in 2021. So right now there's 23%, or 23, I guess the interest now to the highest we've ever seen is about a 23. So definitely people are losing interest. Retail money is not paying attention. This is like, you see this, guys? You see how everyone stopped giving a fuck during 2022, 2023. No one gave a shit. And then what happened towards the end of 2023 and the early 2024? Popped off. Well, what's happening again, guys? Look at attention. I mean, you can just look at this as a chart. Right now, what are we doing, guys? Who can tell me what this attention chart is doing? What is it doing? It's filling in balance, right? If we're looking at attention, it's quite literally filling in balance at the moment. So when no one's paying attention, and at the same time we're getting some pretty good prices, of course, this should start running again. So I forgot why I even went on here. I was going to show something. What was I going to show you guys? I totally forgot. That's all right. Anyways, what? Wait, why? Why does it show up when you type in crypto? That's so funny. Undescended testicle. That is an odd thing to show. Cry. Yo, that's hilarious. Google is interesting. Google Trends is very interesting. So anyways, you have there's so little attention here. So I think we got a long way to go. Long way to go. That's Mike's history. Nah, that's not how this works. That's not how crypto trends works. That's not my history. That would be so funny though. I wish I had something insane that would show up here. That's so funny. Bitcoin loophole, Bitcoin ATM. But anyways, that being said, guys, we'll wrap it up there. You got a lot of undervalued things. Again, understand what you're doing, and also I'm going to say this because I just know this is constantly being done, but be intentional with your investing. I know that crypto kind of feels like it can help you just really get out of whatever situation you're in, and it can, but the timing of when things happen is not always how you want it to go. So if you are going to invest, if you're going to use this as a version of your savings, a way to, combat inflation, awesome, do that. But do that with the mindset that this may take another year, another couple years. So only invest money that you do not need for that amount of time. Only invest money that you don't really have like a sense of urgency with that capital. I only say that because I really want to make sure that we're in the right place. Just because I know in the last run, I had people who missed out on so much good growth, or not even that. They put money in that they needed. And so the market, when they needed it, the market wasn't where it was before. It was actually lower. So they had to take a loss because they had certain restrictions. And that same investment went and did like a 40x. But because they were on a time constraint, they ended up losing some of what they had. So just make sure that if you guys are doing this, like just do it responsibly. Understand where you're at in your journey. Understand what sort of commitments, liabilities, expenses you may have, so that this is something that is actually really building your net worth instead of like a constant mental and emotional roller coaster. And it's gonna be the best thing you can do. Have you read Day Trading Attention by Gary Vaynerchuk? I've never read it, but I have heard him talk about that concept, and I agree with it. That is what we do. With stocks and with cryptos, that's what you're doing. It's like, that's at least my perspective is I'm looking to be in and I'm looking to get out based on attention. When I think that something is valued more than what it's worth because there's just so much attention on it that it's just lost the cause. Like this is what happened with metaverse stuff and with like Axie Infinity. I remember Axie, this is one of my best exits to this date was Axie Infinity. And honestly, shout out to the homie Matt Rosa, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have taken my profit. But we were going on a trip to the Maldives, and it was like literally November 2021. It was like literally like I got lucky. I didn't plan on really taking out too much yet, but it was literally like 140, 130, and guys, going to the Maldives is not cheap. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's wild. Like, I mean, it's epic. It's legendary. Like, I highly recommend it if you are in that position, because it is one of the most serene, out of this world places. But because of that, I was like, all right, we're gonna go over there. Obviously, this is gonna be a pretty penny. Let me take some profits. And I was up on Axie. I had it staked too, and then I took some profits on there, right? But the reason I took profit specifically with Axie was because this was out of control. So like, let me show you guys. This is not a good chart. Let me see. This is probably gonna give more. Not even. But this was the market cap on this was like absurd. Like I think almost 10 billion or something, and I had gotten in like over here. I got in at like $1 or like maybe like $5 or $6, and this thing was at like at 140. So it was like 20-30x or something, and I'm like, why? Like, why is this so much? Like, I get it, but like this is crazy. So once I was like, okay, this is definitely way overpriced, and that's when it's good for, if you're in there, it's good. So yeah, once we were like, yeah, here we go. We were like right around 10 billion, and I was like, this is going too crazy. So I think that's why I chose this one to be what I took profits on, and it's a good call. A little bit of luck, some awareness, but those are some of the things you're gonna see. Like, that's what happened with certain coins. You know, that happened to AI. I think about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Some things went just stupid crazy because there were just the narrative. It was what was hot in that moment. So like, for example, we saw it happen. You guys saw it happen last year with that peanut here. What did it do? Like, it was a thing, and then this thing just died. Did I just click this one? Yeah. So like, for example, it was like overnight basically, and it's dropped so much. I want to see one that has a pretty decent history. Nah, that's fine. Anyways, you got to just kind of have that awareness. Eventually, certain things are going to be way overpriced. When you're like, this is absolutely insane, how are we here? And you can compare that to other projects, and you go, yeah, this doesn't actually make sense anymore. That's usually a good time to take your money. Where do you see dog go to the moon coin? Where do I see it? Like, where can you get it? You can get it on X versus other ways. Yeah, where do I see it going? I think that'll hit easy 10-20 billion market cap, if not more, in my opinion. When money gets there, it's going to be a good time. But anyways, much love, y'all. We've been here for about an hour 15. Today turned into a crypto session. So if you wanted me to go over anything else, I love you. No, I guess not today. Nance has been packing, so I have to be somehow useful at some point. But yeah, we got to wrap these things up. We're moving tomorrow. And but anyways, I'll be live tomorrow morning for those of you that plug in with me for the live sessions. We'll be trading New York session together, so I'll see you guys there. For the rest of you, I really got to get on my grind to get some videos out for you guys and teach you a couple things. But let me know in the chat. Let me know what you'd like to see, what kind of videos you'd like to see from me, and that way I can make you what you want, which is the whole point, right? So much love, y'all. I'll catch you guys on the next one.